Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I came on here. I told y'all. Shamar did not listen. Now, if this is not an eviction, I can't even talk, it's early. If this is not an eviction, and let me say hello to the few people that are in here, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I went to sleep crazy early and I got over 8 hours sleep. I didn't even do my 7, I think it was 7:15 live or 7:30, 7 o'clock, whatever. Um, I didn't even go live. But let me say hi to Latina and Snatch by Diego. Hey, I'm waiting for you to wait on what's going on. Second one in to like, that's what's up. So, anyways, let me just say this to you because to me, this is funny because, you know, people were, I'm glad Shamar went off on SL Davis because SL Davis was trying to look out for Shamar so he wouldn't be in this situation. Now, if this is not an eviction, why would they, hey, Calvin, why would they put on his door that he has a certain amount of days before he has to be out the unit? Wouldn't that be violating HIPAA laws if he wasn't being evicted, but it was a mutual agreement between the rent office and Shamar when Shamar was supposed to be leaving? Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense, guys. I'm waiting. Why would they put on his door a notice of vacating? And why is now Shamar talking about how he got to go into court to get more time? Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. We can't make it make sense. Hey, Linda. We can't make it make sense because it doesn't make no sense. If you're leaving a property and you're not getting evicted, they don't put a notice on your door. The whole complex does not need to know that you're moving into a new apartment. And don't no rent office put a notice on your door when you came to a mutual agreement that you are leaving the premises. Only time they do that is when there is an eviction going on. And what's so sad is Shamar don't even get that that's what that notice was. He's thinking his lease is expiring on X, Y, and Z day, and they're just putting a notice on his door to remind him. Why couldn't they put it underneath his door or in his mailbox or give him a phone call? I'm just wondering. Shamar's probably up right now. Let's hope he slides into the comment section of this live like he did yesterday. But of course, he went around all of that and didn't speak on that. He got on to live or on his IG story and explained what was going on. And only reason why he probably did that was because Alvo broke the story first. So you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And my point to you right now is, and this is to everybody, my point to everyone right now is that, you know, I've tried to explain for 2 months to Shamar, does he have everything under control for this day to come? And I tried to talk to him on the back end, trying to look out for him like a person would look out for an associate. I say associate first because he's not my friend or family member. And he did not listen. And he got up on here a couple of times and did a tirade. And you had, you know, content creators, you know, thirsty because this is what this makes you do when it slows down the entertainment, people will put up anything. Even if they know what I did was righteously correct for Shamar, trying to get him prepared so this day wouldn't come. The day has came. And what is Shamar going to do? Why would Shamar need to go into court if he had people on the back end? Because they were people that, you know, because sometimes people can throw rocks and hide their hands. They can act like they're cool with me, smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbers. You know the song. And but they're throwing out shots. Oh, SL, but he has somebody who's looking for an apartment for him. You know, and I'm looking at these comments and you know, and some of them may be saying it without thinking how crazy they sound. And for those people, I'm not even throwing no shots at you. But for those that are purposely putting that in my comment section around that time when I was trying to help Shamar so this day wouldn't come, you know, they're basically, you know, laughing and you know, basically saying, I'm glad that he went on social media, went off on you, not knowing that wasn't nobody lying on Shamar. All people were trying to do was help Shamar. Yes, we are live, Emma. Now he's getting evicted. Exactly. He should have definitely listened to you, SL. Well, he didn't. Hello, Australia, Emma. How are you guys? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. It's free. I promise you. You don't have to be on no paymaster time over here. Just hit the like button. Dislikes are welcome. But you know, it's just a really sad. People be focused on the wrong stuff, you know, and even in general, just like I still report on the circus. I'm not going in hard like I used to. But today I was supposed to on Monday. Well, not Monday. Sunday was my Monday, and I didn't really go hard. I didn't feel up to doing it. You know, I'm not putting in that much effort like I have been the last month and a half, you know, because it's just played out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I know that Shamar will see this live and he'll make it make sense again, but you can't make sense out of something that don't make no sense. I'm sorry. You just can't. You just can't. And it's just really sad that this dude don't listen. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Yeah. So, like I said, I just don't understand, you know, I just don't understand what he didn't understand. Who are you around that's rocking you to sleep? Like, whoever these people were that were telling him they're looking for an apartment. How are you looking for an apartment for Shamar when Shamar's on special type of housing? Section 8, subsidy housing. They're different names for it. Because see, this is what confuses Shamar too. He'll be like, I'm on so and so housing. It might be a different name, but it's the same thing. It's housing that goes by his income, what he can afford. Subsidy housing is what Shamar can afford. Anyone who's looking for an apartment for him are looking for market rent apartment. He does not qualify for that. He's still in the black truck talking about he's gonna set up an appointment to see an apartment. Why are you setting up market rent apartment appointments knowing you're gonna get denied? No, it's not violating HIPAA law. Shamar must have not paid rent. I did lease it. Okay, Emma. I'm not on here debating whether it's violating HIPAA laws or not. That is not the topic of this conversation. I tried to tell Shamar about this. Now he has an eviction notice on door. And I was supposed to put, what is Shamar going to do? But I put what? Okay, this is what we're talking about. I don't know what law they could have broke or not broke. This is not defend Shamar day or morning. So don't think that I'm trying to defend Shamar. But what I'm trying to say is, my point wasn't saying that, but to only say that why, if he's leaving voluntarily, he knows that he has to leave when the lease is up, why would they put that on his door? And that goes back to what Shamar has been telling the public, which is not the truth. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's stay focused. Because we tend to have a couple of stragglers that just lose the focus. Shamar's behind in rent. They will give you time to pay, but tenants have the right. And if he takes the correct steps, he can be in the unit for a few months. I violated my help. I can guarantee he did not pay. There's not a lot of people in here because it's 3-something in the morning. Well, my mods are definitely in here. Put a Y in the chat if you heard me say, because like I said, we don't know what's going on with Shamar behind closed doors. But put a Y in the chat if you guys heard me say that at least Shamar could go into court and get some more time. And that way he won't even have to pay no rent until he finds something else. But only thing is, even though they'll give him some more time through the courts and the rent office can't mess with him, he can't look for a market or rent apartment because he has to pay 3 times the amount of the rent and all of that. And he is on a fixed income through SSI. That's all I want to hear you guys do is put a Y. So just like I just said, I don't know if it's people planting seeds, trying to redirect the focus. Because, you know, somebody came in here and this ain't nothing against you, Emma, but we ain't talking about no HIPAA laws that were broken or not broken. I'm not on this live focusing on that. I'm focusing on why don't Shamar pay attention? Why doesn't Shamar pay attention? I ain't got on that money that LaShawn just popped out. That looks like the size of the bundle. I'm gonna call it the bundle that Shamar was putting up to his ear like a phone call, like it was a phone, and he was making a phone call. I'll get on that later. But this is a live talking about Shamar don't pay attention. The lease is non-renewable and they don't want him there anymore. Right. Shamar been downplaying this. The only one who wasn't downplaying it was me. And he dragged me on social media for it. Some would say he ain't nothing to you. Let him go down and smoke. But I said I ain't gonna do that to him. It's crazy. If Shamar set up something with office, all right, I already read that. Hey, big girl. Shamar says he's getting a hotel. Big girl. Shamar better have one of his celebrity friends paying for that hotel. You know how much hotel's gonna cost. Shamar only thinks that when he goes on this, because he said he's gonna call and I guess call to schedule an appointment to go see an apartment. When he goes to see that apartment, he will soon find out that he does not qualify. There's no law that somebody on SSI can't go look for an apartment on their own. But whether or not they qualify is another issue. He doesn't listen. Exactly. He needs to understand that he can't overstay in those folks right anymore. Yep. And it's really sad. It's really sad that he don't get it. He don't get it. It's really sad that dude does not get it. you know, but like I said, I don't know who he's around, but obviously we know the people ain't no good because they got this boy thinking that you know, he's gonna get an apartment and they're gonna help him look for one. How can somebody be helping you look for one when you got to be on housing that's a waiting list? Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. The kind of housing he has to be on is a waiting list, not a you go look at an apartment and then they call you back. No. They're gonna look up all of the information that you're gonna have to send over to them, like what you make yearly, do you have a job, what is your credit score, all of that, and he's not gonna qualify. And that's all I'm trying to say. He's not gonna qualify. I promise you he's not. And then he's gonna waste all that time and money on a hotel thinking that when he goes on these apartment search that he's gonna get these apartments, and that's not gonna happen. And then he's gonna end up all messed up in the game. I told you guys this. It's best be enable of feeding the wrong information and tell him the truth. Exactly. But whoever's telling them this, they're doing exactly like I tell you people do in the comment section. When I be trying to look out for Shamar, and I might come on here and say, yeah, Shamar, man, he ain't listening. I try to tell him X, Y, and Z, da. You get people who they enable. So they'll tell you well, that's Shamar's business. And, y'all should stop trying to tell Shamar what to do with his life. But they're really trying to say, let him crash and burn. We want to see him crash and burn. You need to shut up. We want to see the entertainment in this. They want to see the entertainment in it. Not knowing there's no entertainment in this. If he cannot renew, he can still stay at least 2 months. Okay, Emma. You say he can stay for 2 months. But if the kind of housing Shamar needs to stay in is subsidy housing and there's a waiting list, are you saying that in 2 months, just because his name is Shamar and he's famous on social media, they'll have an apartment set up for Shamar in 2 months? Sometimes it could take a year or longer for someone to get housing. If housing was easy for Shamar wouldn't have been homeless all these many years. It's just, I don't know, crazy work. Rent in LA is high. Exactly. Where are the people staying with him? Gonna be right where he's at that hotel until he don't have no more money. Just answering questions, no hard feelings. I understand you totally. Okay, Emma. I'm not mad at you. You're just playing devil's advocate. I get it. That's all right, baby girl. How are you on tour and home? I don't get it, big girl. Make it make sense. Right. Now we talking. I don't get it. Make it make sense. This is crazy. All those folks living with him as of last week are now gone, right? I don't know. See, for situations like Shamar should have caseworker. I think Shamar does listen, but then negative people distract him. Those so-called friends want him homeless. Yep. They want to see him homeless, and it's sad. It's really sad. I don't get it. I really, truly don't get it with people. It's sad. He does need a caseworker. Whether or not He's gonna get one is another story, but he does need a caseworker. You know, and he needs to stop this and let people help him. A hard head makes a soft behind. You already know. Good morning, Chef Sky. You already know, sis. It says Emma. He does not listen. Miss Davis has been suggesting case man for a long time. Yep. He been getting on here, having hissy fits and tantrums and all kind of stuff. Only one, you know, I put up his content, but you know, only one trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? While the rest of them trying to rock him to sleep. He don't get it. He don't get it. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad. I don't know. So, like I said, and then that LaShawn thing, you know, a couple of people had showed me the videos, you know, of course. Like I said, it's no surprise about that neither. So, yeah, I'll discuss it at 11 a.m. live, but I'm not even gonna tackle that, you know, right now, because you know it is what it is. It really is. It says this was LaShawn should step in his. Yeah, right. Big girl. I know that's right, Chef Sky. I went to sleep before 7 p.m. last night, so I got up early. That's the only reason why I'm up. So, matter of fact, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock. So I slept a good 6 hours straight. I mean, I just crashed. I know you're supposed to get 8 hours in, but I got a good 6 hours and didn't get up for nothing. LaShawn is crooked. He got that money. Yep. Now, that's why I didn't break my neck to even bring that up yesterday. I could have before I went to sleep. But I remember that I was one of the many that stayed persistent on that money. You know, people got tired of hearing about it. So I said, I'm going to stop talking about it then. We also tried to give advice as hard as it may seem. He's a brick wall. Yep, exactly. I did too. I think I got a full 8. Yeah, man. Snatched by Diego. Woo, child. I'm talking about I didn't even get up for a restroom break. I just slept straight hours, 6 hours. Woke up and feel rejuvenated. Yes. So I said, I'm going to go live. I think on days when my body just crashes and I'm upset at me looking at social media, I'll get up here, start my day early. And that's that. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. I promise you it is free. It says, I've been asleep for a while. I worked this evening for a few hours and was burnt out. I just woke up. I know that's right. I just woke up not so long ago too and set up this live. I can't believe this boy. Don't make no sense. He don't listen. Might as well get them views up when you're up, LOL, period. Exactly. Yeah, but I was gonna address it yesterday. But like I said, I've been very unmotivated the last month and a half. I guess I know you guys can notice it. I ain't really been putting it into work like that for the circus. And today I'm gonna do a full day. You know, I'm not gonna today I'm gonna be on my A game with it. But yeah, I kind of like, it's the same old, same old. Right. This mess right with Shamar's 24/7. Exactly. You already know. Yeah, so I just been doing me, as y'all can notice in my behavior. But I'm okay with it though. You know what I'm saying? I can hear myself thinking in my head. I don't need all this mayhem. Sometimes the brain says enough, go lay down. Exactly, manifest. And that's what we have to listen to. That's what we have to listen to at the end of the day. Is that brain when it says that to you. You know? But hey, let me see something. I want to see something. Yeah, I don't get him. I really don't. I don't get that boy. And I don't think that I don't think anybody's telling him, honestly, that he can go stay in a hotel for a week, but what's next when the money runs out? He's only saying he's gonna stay in a hotel for a week because that's how much he's probably saying he can afford. Is a week worth of stay. But what's next? Shamar's too busy arguing with Tommy and Alvo, fighting, etc., to take care of his business. Exactly. I don't know. Correct. A grown man out here behaving, not taking care of his business. Nope. And but hanging out with celebrities and in the studio with them, you know, and they know his situation too, because they tune into these places to watch this mess, and they're not even trying to give him no sound advice. I'm quite sure that they're not. It's crazy. I don't get it. Ain't gonna offer him a place to stay or nothing. Oh, that's a good question. Maybe he could take him, you know, put him in the hotel with him. But you have to have one of those. What kind of license is it you have to have? Where a support dog, I think they call it. It's not a license, a certificate. He was just boosting about having his own place and paying his bills, but he didn't think of the drama he keeps going. And his neighbors, I know here. Oh yeah, no question. Snatched by Diego. You already know. That's a bad hit, but that's about to come to an end. They couldn't wait to put that notice on his door. They probably did a countdown. That's crazy. And the sad part about it is he's probably seeing people do, hey Ryan. He's probably seeing people doing commentary on this situation, and he's looking at it like somebody's trying to hate on him instead of waking up. He never did go and get that pet support license. Nothing much, Ryan. Just catching up with all this mess with this boy not doing what I told him to do. I told him automatically to go down to the courts because I knew on the back end he didn't have nothing covered. He didn't have nothing, you know, set in place for him. And now he's got to do everything that I already told him he had. And I'm quite sure somebody told him, Shamar, if they put a notice on your door, you're going to have to go down to the courthouse. You're going to have to get an extension. That's going to protect you. The housing court's going to protect you so that they can't just throw you out into the street. I put some money on it. Somebody told him that. Like I tried to tell him. But Shamar's the type of person, he'll never tell you when you're right. You'll just know in his actions that he wish he would have listened. You can't be living in an apartment like that and be all yelling at times of the night. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. We told him that months ago, Ryan. Yep. Shamar should have been looking for an apartment. We told him this months ago. Yep. We sure did. He didn't listen. That's why he's in this situation that he's in right now. Not listening. But he'll get it together. But you know, like I said, I've been his age. He ain't never been mine. I just sometimes wish that people would just, when people like myself are trying to give them sound advice, they stop being stubborn and take the advice and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could have been in a situation like this myself. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm trying to stop him from learning the way I had to learn. So I don't know. I wish, I don't know. I really wish he would have listened though. He wouldn't have been in this situation here. See, like I keep telling y'all, a lot of people honestly, don't like me because they're like, shut up, mind your business, let him see it for himself. You know what I'm saying? This is the entertainment aspect of it all. We want him to crash and we want to see it in real time, and you're talking too much. You're telling him what he needs to do, and he's going to end up doing the right thing if he listens to you long enough. And people don't want to see that. People don't want to see that. They want to see him crash and burn. And it's sad. Manifest, yeah, one day was good, easy, and quick. You can't tell someone like that what's right and expect them to, right? To listen, right? They think everyone is against him, and those who are not, they stab in the back. Yep, exactly. Yep, snatched by Diego. I told you didn't put a Y in the chat if y'all heard me say it's the first week in September. I told you. I told you. Instead of him being part of the fight club, he should have been on his grind. Too late now, he's going to lose Mello. Yep. And he's probably going to lose his apartment furniture because he was saying something like he's going to ask them, can he get help assistant with his furniture, moving his furniture. I don't know in that state if they do that. Only people I can that he must have been referring to was asking the rent office, can they help him with his furniture? Why would he wait to the last minute to ask all that? That's just crazy. That don't make no sense, honey. I'm so Houston. Hi, good morning. It says courts for non-renewable are not guaranteed. He will need to demonstrate a legit hardship, and it only for 30 days. Yeah. I don't get why he just didn't listen. That boy didn't listen. Says those apartment folks have no obligation to assist him with his personal. Exactly. Manifest. Exactly. Why don't he ask LaShawn? Crazy part is I was rooting for him, but he ain't anyone that he trusts enough to listen to him. He's surrounded by idiots. Exactly. Surrounded around a bunch of idiots. I'm telling you. Yeah, he gonna learn the hard way. Let me see if I can pull up a video of him talking about it. Hold on, let me see. Ooh, child. Okay, I'm gonna pull up. Shout out to Let's Blog too. All right, let me go here. I'm trying to.
Again, put out because they need help with. I'm moving. That's why I said I'm gonna call the apartment tomorrow and schedule an appointment. So that's why I go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, go look at the apartment, and then, you know, like I said, I gotta get everything so I can go ahead and listen that, because I'm gonna have to put my stuff back in the storage until I, you know what I'm saying, get approved for my new apartment, or get me a new apartment, which is I know I'm gonna get approved. You feel me? It just,
when you're on a subsidy housing list and there's different names, so please don't get into, oh, it's not called that. It's just a general name that I'm calling it. And to explain to you, I'm talking about something that goes by your income. That's what you'll be paying. How are you going? You don't get approved for subsidy housing. You fit in that income bracket. He's talking like he's looking for market rent apartments. He will never qualify for that. He's going to waste his time and they're going to turn him away. Period.
I've been standing over there for a year, so that's why they, you know, putting a note on my door saying something about that my rent expire September the 6th, and that's like next month. So with that being said, which they just can't, like, you know what I'm saying, I have to go to court and tell the judge that, or, you know what I'm saying, the judge gonna have to give me a couple more days, so that's why I go ahead and get my apartment and stuff. But other than that, I'm gonna need help with the moving trucks. I'm gonna need help with moving my shit up out of there. Yes, I'm gonna need motherfucking help. Okay, I know that it is 2 weeks from now, but at the same time, and I don't want y'all to be taking it and try to twist it around like, oh, Shamar getting put out and shit, because I'm not getting put out. That's not the case. I'm not getting put out. So don't think that, oh, Shamar getting put out because he da-da-da-da. No. That's not even the case, boo.
So why is Shamar getting a notice put on their door? I ain't never left no apartment or lived in no house and they put a notice on my door for the whole neighborhood to know I'm leaving. That only happens when you're getting evicted. Why are they notifying the whole complex that you're leaving?
I'm not getting put out. It just, I'm going to have to move my stuff from out of that house to move it into a storage. And then, you know what I'm saying, go and get a hotel for a week.
Morning, Deirdre.
So that way I go ahead and look for it. So that way I go ahead and be ready to, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm going to need help moving my shit out the house, though. Yeah, because my lease is up.
You know what else I'm thinking? That's probably why he cleaned up that YouTube channel. Because he's probably like, I'm going to need that income. But he's thinking about the income now at the last minute. Crazy work.
And I've been said that. I said my last month lease was going to be up. Because of them, I've been standing up for a year and stuff. And I've been like living there for a year. And then besides that, I need to move anyway because too many people know where I live at. It been too much going on over there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just been too much going on. So I need to move because Once I move to my new place, nobody else will not know where I live at. Nobody will not know where I stay at. I don't care if you are my friend or if you are not my friend. You know what I'm saying? No. Just renew it. Why would I renew it if too many people know where I live at?
No,
I
they
need
want
to
you
move.
out of there.
I need to move. Like dead end. I don't need to keep staying over there. Just say if I was to get into it with somebody, all them people that could be called the animal control, doing this, doing that, like that's weird. Like that is so weird. And it's just like it's good that I'm doing this because of some fact that people found out where I live at because of the fact that Kay leaked my address and stuff. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't be liking all that. And right here, I'm going to fucking. I'm going to go. Damn. So
Deirdre, I wish people would have listened. I've been trying to touch on this for 2 months. Way before he got to this place. I said I'm gonna stop reporting on it as soon as this takes place. I got tired of trying to help him.
and then I brought everybody to my house. What happened was that Kay had moved me over there and she moved upstairs next to me. That girl was really being a stalker for real. That's why I said I was, and I'm glad that she did, you know what I'm saying, get away from over there. I'm glad that she, you know what I'm saying, but other than that, it's like, but that's your apartment, and your right, and where I live at. And I don't think that I'm just, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I don't want them talk, let's talk blogs, FL Davis, all of them I don't even want them to be thinking that, oh, I'm getting put out, because that's what they always be thinking. Like they always think that I'm getting put out and I'm not even getting put out. That's not even the case. It's just my lease up. I've been staying over there for years. I've been paying rent over there for years. So it's like with that, it's up.
When your lease is up, is the rent office supposed to put a notice on your door for everyone to see the notice? Yes or no? Can you put that in the chat? Yes, if they're supposed to do it. No, if they're not. What just happened? Hold on, guys. I don't know what just happened, guys. Take remove. Stop sharing. I don't know what just happened, but this is crazy. I can't believe. Hold on, let me put this back on. All right, I just want to make sure.
Well, I don't want to renew my lease. I mean, I can renew my lease, but I don't want to renew my lease.
He said he can renew his lease. No, you can't, bro.
Man, they got a U-Haul. You feel me?
I don't know what's going on. Why would this be on the recording if he's not even talking?
And move it to my second apartment. That is great. It ain't no bad thing. It's a good thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good thing. I'm very proud of myself that I kept up with my apartment.
I know that's right,
The
man.
way how people were looking at it, oh, how you gonna keep up with the apartment? How you gonna do this? How you gonna do that? I'm like, these folks really tripping, bro. They really tripping. Oh, God, they tripping. Like, they really, oh, them apartment look nice. I need an apartment. I'm gonna start looking.
Deirdre, you don't look at it like that.
Good. Give yourself the prayer. You said
No problem, Emma.
monthly,
No problem.
A month lease.
That's what I was trying to tell Shamar. He's by income base. He doesn't qualify for market housing. He keeps saying he's gonna set up an appointment to see an apartment. No, they're gonna look at your income, see that you're on disability. You don't qualify. You don't make enough. That's what I'm trying to tell. I've been trying to tell people.
I can't pay it like that too. Yeah, I can't pay it like that too. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to probably get some people that know that got like a moving truck or something, and I'm gonna have to ask them, can they help me move all my stuff out and move it to like a storage, like go and put my shit in storage. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to put that shit somewhere. And now I'm gonna just have to goddamn get my couch up and shit. I know I'm gonna end up putting my bed in the storage. But then again, I don't know though. Even though my couch, let me tell y'all something about my couch, my Bluetooth couch. So y'all know the seat, right? The seat is like bending all the way back because I've been telling people like, don't lean on that side and stuff like that, but they still were leaning on the shit. And I'm like, y'all could not be leaning on this shit like that. That shit is like leaning very back. Like it's leaning back. Like it's still like.
So anyways, he's losing the focus. I don't even want to talk about that. I'll just let it stay up. But boy, that boy is out to lunch with it. I'm telling you, he don't get it. He doesn't even know that by them putting something on his door, that is an eviction. When somebody's leaving out an apartment, they do not, if it's not an eviction, they do not put a notice on your door. That would be like a notice letting all the tenants know in the complex that you're leaving as well. And that's not their business. He should have been looking. Yep, that's what I'm saying. He's talking crazy. Exactly. Good morning, Natanya. Nobody wants that couch that's with cockroaches. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Man, he better just let that furniture go and get some new furniture, honey. Do not bring them eggs to hatch somewhere else, honey. I don't know. You definitely don't be listening. You definitely don't be listening. Boy, hard-headed. It's a shame. Yep. Couch is messed up. You know, his whole situation is messed up, but he did this to himself. Have you looked at the schedule for Orlando, Vegas, and possibly your current city? I don't get it. That is a shame. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Ain't looking too good for Shamar. That's all I can tell you. Instead of Shamar fighting the world about it, he needs to just stop putting his name on subsidy housing lists and stop all this other mess. That's all I can say to you. Because this ain't looking too good for him. Not. It really isn't. He said into a hotel. That's what he said. He's going to go into a hotel. But I don't understand if he can't afford for storage, how is he affording to be staying in a hotel for even a week? I don't get it. I think he's just talking just to himself talk at this point. And it's sad. He'll go live today. Trust me, he will. Don't make no kind of sense. I'll tell you that much. He messed this up for himself. He's not easy to locate. He is now with suitable. Yep, he had plenty of time months ago. I'm quite sure there was people on the back end telling him the same thing I was telling him. And he was probably cussing them out. They're probably not social media influencers and they don't do content online. And they were telling them the same thing I was telling him. And he wouldn't listen. Exactly. Instead of fighting everyone on the internet, he should have been looking for a place. Exactly. Yep. And I knew he was going to wait the last minute. I knew he was. Yep. Delayed. So, you know, instead of him focus today and every day further on housing, he's going to focus on getting on here, defending himself. When there's nothing to defend, you drop the ball. You drop the ball. Period, point blank. You drop the ball. I don't get it. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Always paying attention to the negativity set of the positivity, and that's what gets him in trouble all the time. It's a shame. Yeah, make sure y'all hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Yup. Babies are fools. Old saying, but true. God looks out for baby and fools. Well, listen, I'm about to get off of here and I'm going to lay down for a little bit. And I'll be back on at 11 o'clock. We have other stuff to discuss. Make sure on the way out you hit the like button. And like I said, I'll be back on here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Bye for now. Mwah.